time to time, we try to bring you strange and unusual stories. I think the tale that I'm about to relate is one of the most unusual that I've ever come across. It is called The Mad Hermit of Chimney Butte. Now, we all know that hermits live in seclusion because they can't get along with other people. They just haven't learned the meaning of this old motto. Love thy neighbor. In this modern day and age, it has become imperative that we learn to get along with the fellow next door. This motto has more meaning today than ever before. Now, for the first episode of The Mad Hermit of Chimney Butte. Now, we've got to be careful. This man is dangerous. See what I mean? We've got a problem here. I think if we put a telephoto lens on our camera, we can fool this guy. Now we'll sneak in for a closer look at this Mad Hermit of Chimney Butte.
Pests.
Well, this guy has always been a little mad, but he hasn't always been a hermit. At one time, our little friend had plenty of neighbors, for he lived in the heart of a friendly city.
Can't get any restaurants here. Therefore, that's ending of television. Oh, this is delicious popcorn. What's happened to all my popcorn?
Hey, buddy, how about turning to Channel 4?
Oh, yes, sir. Channel 4.
Oh, that's no good. Make it Channel 2.
Channel 2?
Make it Channel 13.
13?
I said Channel 2. I want to
Oh, yes, Channel 2. One moment, please. Channel 2.
Now look what you've done, you dummy. You busted it.
Don't medicine gamers.
Hey, buddy, how about the sports section, huh?
Surprise!
Happy birthday,
Hello! I want a moving van.
Moving van? We'll be right there.
Well, our little friend still believed in the motto, love thy neighbor. But he decided that a few less neighbors would be easier to love. So he moved into a quiet residential section.
It has been man's constant labor to live in peace with his next-door neighbor.
No, it's a draw.
And now, the second episode of The Mad Hermit of Chimney Butte. Well, by this time, our little friend was getting fed up with neighbors. In fact, his faith in the motto was getting pretty shaky. The obvious solution to our little friend's problem was to get away from people. So again, he packed up and moved out into the country where his only neighbors were the birds and the bees.
Uh-oh. Howdy, neighbor. Oh, thank you. Here's to you. Boy, this is going to be a very peaceful neighborhood.
In just a few moments, we'll bring you a play-by-play description of baseball's greatest highlight, the World Series. Stay tuned to this station.
Oh boy, the World Series. Hot dog. I've waited all year for this great event.
Now, in the meantime, a musical interlude before we bring you the World Series.
Down, you little small fly.
And now we offer you 30 minutes of musical treats.
Boy, that kid's telling that little rascal.
There they go, breaking on top his housemate's knees, coming up.
No dejen de asistir a la corrida próxima el domingo.
This is the Smellwell Garden Club. And oh, do we have good news today? A double flash to you flower lovers. This spring, the flowers are producing more honey than ever before. And that's especially important if you're a bee.
And now, the third episode of The Mad Hermit of Chimney Butte. Our little friend's faith in the motto was not only shaken, but it was beginning to crack. Donald felt that maybe he hadn't moved out far enough, so he bought himself a little farm in the country. Well, it's obvious that he didn't find the solution to his problem on the farm. So in desperation, he headed for the hills. Perhaps here in the depth of the wilderness, he would find the peace and quiet that he was looking for. He was sure that he was the only living creature within miles. But again, he was wrong. Look who's here. And now, the fourth and final episode of The Mad Hermit of Chimney Butte. You guessed it. Our little friend's faith in the motto was now completely shattered. As far as he was concerned, neighbors were for the birds. He had no alternative but to become a mad hermit. So he headed for Chimney Butte. But maybe it won't be so bad living the life of a hermit. Just think, no more crowded city apartments, no more borrowing neighbors, no more music-loving bees, no more lion fishermen. In fact, no more neighbors, period. But wait a minute. What's this? Ghost town dead ahead. Ghost town? That means it's deserted. No neighbors. Maybe we ought to give it just one more try.
All right, I'll do it.
And so the monster grabbed the fair young maiden and shoved her into the vat of boiling oil. Isn't this gruesomely delightful?
That's a rich one.
Oh, Hazel, you're killing me. Okay, gang, we've got a live one. All right, look alive, look alive.
Hot dog, the whole town to myself. What's this? House for rent. Oh boy, this is for me.
Here he comes, Hazel. Here he comes.
All right, everybody, into the book. The book.
Hazel, you're a witch.
Whiskers from the billy goat. There, that's better. I'm a regular Mother Hubbard.
Hello. I'd like to see the house.
There are 3 bedrooms, a bath and a half, and
Any neighbors?
Oh, shucks, Sonny. We haven't had a neighbor round here since 1776.
Okay, I'll take it.
Fine, it's all yours, Sonny.
Thank you. And goodbye.
All right, Beelzebub, let's get going. And away we go!
What in the heck is that? Oh, well, maybe I'm just tired. I don't know.
Relax. Just relax.
Get the hot seat. Scram!
And now you can see why our little friend, Mr. Duck, chooses to live in this isolated spot, away from bothersome neighbors. At last he has found peace and quiet. Well, so ends the sad story of the Mad Hermit of Chimney Butte.
We'll just put this back up here. Just enough. Hi, neighbor.
Hi, neighbor.
Oh, so long, neighbors.